Hi, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Fix-It the Realtor. I'm Zach Lipson with the Jason Martin Group at Reliving at Home. On this episode, I'm going to show you how to weather strip a door, thus increasing your energy efficiency of your home. Enjoy!
Hi, Zach Lipson, Mr. Fix-It the Realtor. Today's episode, we're going to talk about how to weather strip your door to prevent air from coming in, or in that matter, going out. We are in my mudroom / laundry room in my house, which is typically a pretty cold room in the house. It is a conditioned room. However, there is some loss of air or warm air, sometimes cold air, but warm air typically, because there's some spots around the door where you can see light coming in, which means we've got air escaping. So I'm going to show you how we can correct that so that we can balance the temperature in the room and have it properly weather stripped, and to make it more energy efficient as well. So I've turned off the light so you can see where there's light coming in. So we know in those spots, that means there's some air coming in. So you've got two spots on the door. You'll see that. And up here. So I'm going to go ahead and seal this with weather stripping. So I want to show you what the weather stripping looks like. This is a small piece. This is specifically designed for doors. They do make weather stripping for windows as well as doors, but you want to make sure you get one that's designed for doors. It is a self-adhesive piece. So if you see here, it's just kind of ribbed here. It's just rubber. You can cut it with scissors. It's got two pieces on the back here, which you can simply pull off the paper and stick it on. You can even, if you don't need the full width or size here, you can cut it in half. You can cut whatever length you need. You don't need to run the entire piece if they don't need it. So there's a little spot where we've seen some light come in right here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this little piece on, see if it takes care of it. It's a little bit of trial and error whether I need the full piece or can tear it in half. I'm going to find out. I'm going to put the full piece on first. And right here is what the standard weather stripping that comes with the door is. Okay? But sometimes, you know, every house is built a little different, and sometimes you get gaps. Just depends on the age of the home and a few other factors. So I'm going to tuck this back just a little bit so it's nice and flush. No one's really going to ever notice this, except for when you go in and out of the door. It's not going to show through the door. Put a few pieces in here. I actually stuffed them a little bit behind the weather stripping here, because at first it was causing it so that the gap would keep going further and further down. But by tucking this piece over on top of what I put here, it is actually allowing me to seal this more efficiently. So now we don't have any light coming in at all. So when I close this, so now you see no more light coming through. So we've properly weather sealed that. So it isn't the case in this instance, but if you see light from actually underneath the door, there's something you could do. There's what's called a threshold in the bottom here. And I'm going to open the door and show you. So you see we've got these 4 screws here. We can tighten or loosen these as needed. You don't want to tighten it all the way, because otherwise the threshold will come out. But you can tighten this so that if it's too tight on the bottom of the door, you can tighten it down. Or if you're finding there's space underneath, you can loosen it up so that it raises up. And that way it'll help seal any gap you've got.
Thanks for watching this episode of Mr. Fix-It the Realtor. I hope you found this helpful. If you have other ideas of things that you'd like to see me do that may help increase the energy efficiency of your home, please let me know, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Have a great one. Bye.